Hello. I'm well aware that my production values could use some work. I'm shooting this at my studio, and I am not going to put a background behind me because I'm going to once again try to talk about what it means to do a reading or how to do a reading. Now, I decided I would do one about something about like this the next couple of weeks for so it's a kind of a part of our lunar cycle. And I picked a card for what should I do it about, and I got the 10 of Wands. And just because I know that many of you use Rider-Waite influence decks, this is what it looks like on the Rider-Waite, and here's my other deck. So you can see from this picture that the 10 of Wands is about what's difficult, what's backbreaking, what's hard, what you're struggling with right now, what burden it is that you have to carry, that you are dealing with, that you're kind of wondering if you're going to be able to or not, or if it's going to kill you. But it could also be considered like the last big load. The Wands are energy, fire. So Wands don't really like getting a lot of them. It's not like Earth where, the more you get, the better it is. With Wands, it's like it gets a little bit bogged down, as you can see. But this is something that's difficult to deal with, that is like on you to deal with, and that perhaps you are nearing the end of some difficult task, some burden, some large thing, issue, responsibility, chore, or task that you personally have had to deal with. So I mixed the cards and I created 3 piles, and I will do 3 different readings about 3 different areas of life which this could refer to. Now, any one of the readings could work for any one of those, but the first reading, which I will talk about today, is about if it's another person. So that other person could be your mother, it could be your child, it could be your husband, it could be your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, sister, brother, father, neighbor, boss, anyone. Somebody that if what is difficult for you, if what you're feeling this way about right now is another person, today another person, not yourself, although of course it all comes back to you. This is the reading today will tell you how to deal with that, where that is going, what's happening, what you should know about that right now, for the rest of July, let's say. The other 2 piles I'll deal with in 2 different readings, and you can email me if you want to let me know it can't be another person. So the other things I thought is if you have a difficult decision to make, that could be 1 pile, or if it's specifically like something to do with work, career, that's a little bit also decision, perhaps, like where are you going? Or it could be something about yourself. You're dealing with like a personal issue. These are the ideas that I'm thinking about for the piles. I'm not entirely sure. I'll decide within the next few days, but go ahead and email me if you have an idea. But today we are talking about if what is difficult, if what you feel this way about is another person, this is the reading for how you deal with that. So I'm going to go through the cards one by one, and I'm going to take some of them off the board, and I have the other versions to show you. But just to show you, the first card is the 2 of Swords reversed, and then crossed is the Hanged Man. What you're asking about is the Moon reversed. At the base is the 3 of Swords. Behind you is the 2 of Coins reversed. Just ahead of you is the 6 of Wands. Going up the side, you have the Ace of Coins, the 5 of Cups reversed, Strength reversed, and the Tower reversed. It's a pretty intense reading. And then I just picked another card. I just was like, okay, well, what is this? What does this mean, the Tower reversed? And I got the 7 of Wands, which makes sense. And then I also asked the question, given this card, what if you just let go? And I got the 2 of Cups. And then since there was only one other card that was in between those 2, which you can't see, but that's the 7 of Coins reversed. So I will go over what each of these cards mean and what they mean in the context of the reading. Now, just looking at the reading overall, if you were going to sum up what it says, just really super quickly going through it, you're trying to get out of like a no-win sort of stalemate or situation where both of you are like so convinced that you're right that there's no movement anywhere. This can mean that either you are trying to see the other person's side, but you're really pretty sure you're right, or you're trying to, or it could be a little bit more favorable. You could be trying to understand that you think that you're right, but that the other person does too, but you're trying to break this kind of like, oh, I know I have the right idea. The Hanged Man tells you you're going to have to wait, that there's not an easy solution, no immediate miracles. And it also can suggest pain or difficulty, but in a way there's also a choice. My Hanged Man here refers to the Norse mythology of Odin on the Yggdrasil, the tree of life. And he sacrificed an eye in order to be able to hang upside down for 3 days and 3 nights to gain wisdom. And so you can choose whether this is torment. Some older versions of this card show somebody being basically kind of crucified or whatever, hung upside down, as a, death punishment sort of thing. But you can choose whether it's torment or it can be something that could be considered painful or difficult that you choose to go through, you choose to endure in order to gain wisdom. But either way, there's a certain amount of time involved. You can't expect to just get from here to there. So the moon reversed suggests both looking for an end to lies, deceits, confusion, and also perhaps delusion or illusion, like your own sort of like romantic fantasies perhaps, or somebody's lies or deceit, or your own lies or deceit to yourself. But you're not quite ready to give it up because the moon is still there. You're trying to let go of it. You're trying to see clearly. You're asking for light in the darkness, and you're willing to look. What's causing this? Pain. Clear and simple pain. Now, the Three of Swords also shows kind of a clean pain. Something hurts, and it's kind of it can be let go. It's not an ongoing, oh, this is going to be suffering forever. It's like recognition of something that is painful. Behind you suggests you've been kind of going back and forth about like 2 different ways or 2 different things or 2 different people or 2 different somethings. You haven't really been doing a very good job of it, but you've been trying. And then ahead, in the short term, it shows some success. Going up the sides suggests that there's something new happening, either professionally or in a solid way in your life. What's around you. This is a little bit about trying to let go of disappointment, I would say, either you or somebody else around you who's also part of it. And this is what you're afraid of, but we'll just skip right here to the end, which is the Tower reversed. And that suggests that this is like the roundup. It's like, it's not going to end. It's not if it's a relationship, it's another person. The circumstance is not going to end right away. There's not like some big dramatic move or change, but there are tremors. It suggests that perhaps it's coming or it's being avoided, but there are issues of making significant changes to the way things are done, or a move perhaps, or ending a relationship or a situation. But that's not happening now. It could also be a personality change, something that you let go of about yourself and your understandings, your kind of tired, old understandings of life and the world and what should happen. You're trying to let go of those, or there is a change that is threatening to happen but not quite happening. And it doesn't really say whether or not that change should happen or even necessarily will happen, or perhaps it already did happen but you're still dealing with the side effects of it. But what you hope for, what you're afraid of here is like loss of strength. It's strength reversed. You're afraid that somehow you are going to be weakened physically, emotionally. This card has a certain sort of sexual implication as well. You're afraid of not having something that makes you feel stronger. You're afraid of losing your power on some level. So I will show you the cards one by one in other decks so you can see what they look like, and I'm going to put this down. So starting with the first card, the two of wands reversed, the two of swords reversed. this is what that card looks like in other decks, and again, it's reversed. So here's that stalemate that you're trying to end, or this person here this can be a decision to make that you're kind of trying not to get bogged down by, but there's two ideas of some sort, two thoughts. And then the Hanged Man, I spoke some about my version of the Hanged Man. And here that one is. The Hanged Man was right side up. You can see my version really emphasizes the tree with its roots in the underworld and its branches in the heavens and the person hanging in the light in between. There you go. There's that one. And looking kind of holy. And there's that one. Okay. So, and then the moon reversed is, again, right here. So we'll show the moon upright. There we go. And the moon in the tarot really has to do with kind of like a light that can be false, and so confusion. It can also be beautiful, so illusion or delusion, or but there's the idea of trying to see things as they are rather than as you might imagine or wish them to be or fantasize. The Three of Swords is right here, and that's like a good clean ouch. That hurts. And it's in here you can really see it's this like to the heart. But it does suggest something that you need to know. You need to recognize that it's not like, and that there's the truth will set you free. The truth may be painful, but it will set you free. And the mind is very straightforward. There we go. And let's see. And then there's the Two of Coins, which is again very straightforward on my deck. Although I like how, I've said this before, I like how when you don't have pictures on every card, you get more of a sense of what's important and what's not. So here you go, there's somebody juggling two things, but it's reversed, so they're not really doing the best job. It's kind of getting the best of them. And the Six of Wands, there we go. And the Six of Wands shows success. Okay. There's that. You can see, right, triumphant. And then we have the, coming up the side, there is the Ace of Coins, or Pentacles, which is, always a nice card. There it is. There it is. And there's somebody being magically handed the beginnings of something solid and clear and potentially financial. The Five of Coins reversed, the Five of Cups reversed. The Five of Cups usually shows disappointment. So this is somebody in the environment or something in the environment. And reversed, it shows sort of a lessening of disappointment, but it still implies the possibility of disappointment. But perhaps it's letting go. Perhaps it's more seeing what's there than seeing what's missing. And there's something that involves 3 that is lost, and something that involves 2 that is gained. But that's why it's disappointment. You're more focusing on what's lost. But it's like kind of letting go of it. And then strength is, here we go, there's strength. Right there. It shows, this is like a sort of an internal, a kind of power that is not force. It's because there's the animal that is tamed by the damsel through love is really the idea. But the idea is a loss of, it's like your mojo. It's like the loss of some sort of, they're going to lose some sort of important power that you perceive yourself to have, or that you do have. But there's the fear of, so that's why it often has a sort of a sexual implication as well. All right, and then the final card, everybody's favorite, the Tower, which is reversed. So this way it's pretty dramatic. It's a building falling down, like struck by lightning and falling down. This way it's more like tremors, the ending or not yet, or the time before the tremors. And the other cards that I picked were the 7. So the other cards that I picked, which say something about, okay, help me understand this more. The first one was the 7 of Wands. So again, our last card is the Tower reversed. So something is not ending. And this implies that, as you can see with, let me get this card. Here we go. That somebody is continuing to fight for what they think is right against potentially some obstacles or odds. So there's a kind of valor or virtuousness, but more like using what is right to fight the oncoming forces. So that suggests like sticking in there. And that's why their tower is reversed and not upright, because you're going to continue to try to do what you think is right. What happens if I just let go? The 2 of Cups is... So just let go can mean many things. But most of us know what that feeling is. You just let go of being right. You just let go of having to have it go your way. You just let go of trying to even solve the issue. Because again, we had this first card that was the 2 of Swords, only reversed, which is you're kind of trying to let go. You're trying to see your way through. But this implies like if you could really just let go, then you could allow yourself to actually love or like or get. Then there could be a real connection with the other person. But it involves letting go. And then the other card that was there behind that was the 7 of coins reversed. And that usually shows difficulty or failure, a kind of insufficient harvest, right side up. So reversed, it's a little bit like so maybe things don't go exactly as you thought they were supposed to. It doesn't have to be a failure. A flat tire doesn't have to mean that you never go anywhere again. And it doesn't necessarily, it slows you down, but it doesn't have to be so hard is kind of what it's saying. Or it doesn't have to be considered a bad thing just because it might be hard. All right. That is the reading. I've now taken it apart, so I can't show it to you again. But I hope that helped to give you some idea of how to make sense of a reading. And also, should you have been looking at this, wondering how you should deal with what's difficult in your life that has to do with another person, I hope that gave you some help. The answer would be you're trying to let go of something that's probably not quite serving you. You're trying to see your way through. You're having some success. And that success is either continuing to keep the particular relationship with the other person going, although the ground is a little unstable and not really, there are rumors of a change, or you're still dealing with a change that has happened. So you're either, avoiding some sort of dramatic upheaval, some sort of break in a way, or, on a sort of more personality esoteric in terms of trying to change things about yourself. You're working towards it. You're not quite willing, you're not quite able to let go of this shell of personality that you're still, the ideas of yourself that you're still attached to. But you're trying to see your way through. All right, next time we will deal with, next time I think I will do, one of the next pile that I choose will be about a difficult decision. Let's say you're facing a difficult decision. And then, but you can email me about the third pile. What's the third pile about? Something else. All right. Have a great day. Talk to you later.